Hi, this is Jelan Cumberbatch, entrepreneur in the field of artist management. This vlog is talking explicitly about artist management contracts. Now, it's a taboo type of topic in Trinidad and Tobago, as also the Caribbean diaspora, when we're talking about signing contracts or artists signing artist management contracts with managers. Sometimes people just have a handshake and say they're managing somebody. But in this world of business, to having an artist management contract to secure, of course, and understand what are the manager's responsibilities and roles are, and what the artist needs, and what the artist will understand what the manager is supposed to actually do for them, as well as they would know what they're supposed to do with respect to a manager. So it's very clear, cut and dry, pen and paper, so there's no miscommunication of what the artists have to get, or if the manager didn't do their job. So first of all, the artist management contract would supposed to have your full name, the date of the contract, the agreement between either the artist manager or the artist manager company with the artist name, real name, and the sobriquet in the contract. That's start of the contract. And then on the next page, or on the same page below, would identify the roles and responsibilities of the manager to the artist, the scope of the contract with respect to the term meaning the year. So some artist management contracts are between 1 year and renew within 60 days of the contract, and then some contracts go to 3 years depending on what the artist and the manager or the management company agrees to. Then we go to the non-exclusive agreement with the artist, with the manager. Now, this non-exclusive part of the contract is really to just say that the artist manager can work and manage other artists or other clients. Because some artists, are under the impression that one artist manager should be for one artist. And sometimes in most cases, an artist manager has an actual artist management company and they manage an artist. So this clause protects the manager and also makes it very explicitly clear that the artist manager and the artist is clear that the manager is working with other clients as well. Next clause would be the sunset clause. The sunset clause is really to be oversimplified, is that when the contract is over between the artist and the manager, that whatever the manager agrees to or negotiates with or for on behalf of the artist, that the manager will still be paid in over a period of time. So sometimes in some contracts would be from the term ending of the contract, the next year would be 10%, the following year would be 5%, and then the last year would be 0%. Now this goes for, not for shows, it actually goes for it would either be endorsement deals, or if artist is signed to a major label or any major distribution or anything that the manager actually represents or negotiates on behalf of the artist. So that's called the sunset clause. And that's only when the contract is ended, then the clause actually goes into place. Independent counsel. This clause in the contract is to protect both the artist manager and the artist. This is to say that the artist and the manager should have independent counsel, meaning different lawyers with respect to representing their affairs, which is very important because some managers and artists, depending on what goes on in an agreement or disagreement, might have the same lawyer, and that could be a big conflict of interest. Normally, in this clause would be the percentage percentage clause. So this is the arrangement between the artist manager and the artist in terms of how much percentage that they will take overall. So most artist management contracts, not all, it actually depends on the artist and the relationship and what the artist manager is doing with the artist. But standard is 15%, and it would be gross income. Now, it's gross. Not normally, some people would like it net, but most standard contracts is gross income. 50% would be 50% of all shows, which would be live performance shows, and it would be 50, and also 50% of all endorsements, music publishing, sales, would be even for the masters of the song, depending on what they agree on. But mostly it's really 50% of every aspect of the artist's career in the entertainment business. So that's standard. Now, some artist managers would like to have 25% because some artist managers actually invest in the artist. So that's not a prerequisite, but if the artist manager is investing, then of course the percentage can be negotiated to suit what is comfortable for the artist and the manager. This clause, accounting could be agreed on, which normally the artist manager should show all accounting between the artist and the manager themselves twice a year, and they could agree on the date. So that clause is to really specify the date on when all the bank information and all transactions should be shown to the artist, so they can go through it and they can make sure that everything is up to the standard, and they can actually take it to the accountant to just look over to make sure that all the files and all the transactions are above board. Another clause in the artist management contract would be the advance. Now, some contracts have this clause where the artist manager would advance the artist money to probably take care of bills, probably if they go to a different country, also to pay certain bills on behalf of the artist. So that advance can be agreed upon in terms of the figures between the artist and the manager. So it's ready to go back and forth to make sure that everybody is comfortable with that arrangement. Also, I wanted to really stress on an artist management contract to be done. An entertainment lawyer should review and should actually draw up individual contracts. Now, not a normal lawyer, not a lawyer that do real estate, not a lawyer that is specifically an entertainment lawyer, should one, help draft up a contract, and two, should look over an agreement to advise either the artist on if the agreement is suitable for them, if things need to change, if we can add different clauses and adjust to make sure that everybody is comfortable with the contract. So that's notice of termination clause. Now, this is another clause where the termination between the artist manager and the artist could be written. The artist could send a letter 30 days prior notice to let the manager know that the artist does no longer want to work with the manager. It could be sent in a written form or via email, letter or via email, and we'll have in the agreement, how to split amicably and how to deal with the situation of the termination of the contract between both parties. Also, another important clause called the indemnification clause, which basically is really this clause is to protect the artist manager. This is really if the artist does something illegal or does something that is not within the bounds of the contract that can affect the artist manager, that they will agree to cover the cost, in some cases even cover the lawyer costs of them doing something to put the artist manager in jail. So it's ready to already cover the losses of the artist manager if the artist does something that puts them in disrepute. But that clause is very important, just to cover the loss in case something like that happens. Also, at the end of the contract, should have the name, address, occupation of the artist manager, should have the artist information, would be the same thing, full name, address, sobriquet, and name of the artist, as well as a witness. And all these particulars and clauses, this is not all, but these are the major ones that you should see in an artist management contract. So you should be familiar with it, and when you see it, you'll have an idea of, okay, this should be here, or what you could probably go back and agree on. Of course, with the advice and counsel of our entertainment lawyer to advise you if this is something that you really want to do, and if it's something that you agree on. Thank you for watching my vlog on artist management contracts. Next vlog will be on the booking agent contract. Stay tuned.